What is up, guys? Ivan here, coming at you today on behalf of GetIvan.com, and I'd like to welcome you to this video on the infamous time excuse. So, I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of this excuse. Most people make this excuse at some point or another, probably daily or every other day or every week. And I think that if you can find a way to circumvent this excuse and to make time for things, I think you've got a real edge on a lot of people and a lot of things. And so the excuse is pretty simple. Basically, someone suggests doing something good in your life, and the reply to that suggestion is, "Oh, but I can't do that. I have absolutely no time, blah, 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 blah." And then there's a listing of here's, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. And it's just big, preconceived scheme, and I've talked to some people in my personal life who made this excuse. I'm sitting there going, what are all these things that they're listing off? They're not that busy, like you hear a person make an excuse like that, but then in the next breath you'll hear them talk about how they binge watch some TV show, so it's just nonsense. It's just a means of trying to feel like they're not responsible for doing something good or whatever. Or maybe it's some sort of expression of micro fear or whatever, The point is that everybody has time. It's just a matter of being organized enough to incorporate a good habit into your schedule. And there are whole books written on this topic, and there are multimillionaires and people who've been very successful who exclusively focus on this topic of time management and organization, creating task lists and things like that. And it's not really my mission as someone who is trying to encourage business owners in this capacity to challenge their habits or to challenge the way that they're dealing with their daily activities. My point here is simply to illustrate that in reality, even though you're looking at SEO activities or marketing activities or design activities, anything involved with building your brand or building your website digitally, you look at it and you feel this insurmountable goal, right? But the truth is that it only takes a small amount of time every day to make legitimate progress. And in fact, I would argue more progress than what you would get from the average agency retainer, unless you're paying, many thousands of dollars, few to several $1,000s a month, to really have dedicated service agents just working on it constantly. But given the fact that the majority of business owners are not that cash rich and liquid to be able to do something like that, we've got to figure out how to incorporate this kind of stuff into your infrastructure, your business infrastructure, whether it's you doing a little bit every day or you training your internal staff or whatever, and being an agency owner and working with a lot of different clients, dozens and dozens of clients over the years, and also having to train people to help me with my workload, I've had to figure out, okay, how do I make this process as efficient as possible, and really stay focused. And I've found that it takes like 10 or 15 minutes a day with any given project to make legitimate progress. Now, it'll take more for someone who's not intimately involved in the industry, and I've talked about that in other videos. Your knowledge and your understanding of your business allows you to be significantly more efficient with your time. But all it takes is a small amount of a consistent amount of time every day. And that could be said in life. I'll give you two examples, personal examples of how this approach has been effective for me. So the first one was last year in 2018, as of this video. I was in this phase for like a month of cooking things in this toaster oven every day. And so I would crank the toaster oven up. So it takes longer to cook in the toaster oven than in the microwave. Crank it up to 5 or 10 minutes. And then I would go and sit at the piano because the piano's near the toaster oven in the other room. So I would sit at the piano and just wait for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. And I would just play. I didn't sit down and play sheet music or whatever. I just played. And I did that for like 5 or 10 minutes every day. And by the end of, a month or two or whatever, I was astonished at how much more proficient at the piano I was just after a month or a month and a half or 2 months or whatever. And ever since then, I've continued that level of consistency, practice, and keeping it really simple, And another example, the second example would be even just this past month here. Well, it's been about 2 months now. I made the decision I was going to go back to the gym, and I was going to make a minimum commitment of 5 minutes. And I said to myself, I'm going to go every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And there's sure enough, for the first week or two, it was kind of random or sparse, in terms of how long I would stay. But I didn't make too big of a commitment. I didn't try to go too hard and exhaust myself and so on and so forth, right? I just made a really small commitment because my goal was not to work really hard to try to achieve my vision. My goal was to be consistent every day. And as I became more consistent every day, I naturally became stronger and was able to do more. And it's been amazing, the progress and the muscular development I've made in the last 2 months. And I've been going just about every day, and it's been great. And so this is something that I want to encourage everybody in, no matter what you're doing in life, but certainly business owners and potential clients of mine who are considering buying my do-it-yourself SEO package, is that when you're looking at this kind of solution, you also got to think about, you're already investing a certain amount of time and money in them in terms of your ROI and your business as it is. And for many people, you're taking that money and you're reinvesting into other things where you think you're going to get a better yield from, some variety of people doing things for you. And in some cases that's true. And in other cases you find you waste your money. And SEO is definitely one of those cases where you're taking a big risk. And so I highly encourage everybody to pick up this package because it's going to prepare you to be able to hire better. And it's also going to prepare you to be in control of the asset so that you can interpret what's going on. And you can always go in and make changes. You know what I'm saying? And so as a business owner, I think that if you can adapt this approach of, I'm just going to do a little bit every day, but I'm going to be consistent, it's going to really benefit you, and certainly in a lot of areas, but definitely in terms of your SEO implementation and other aspects of how you're managing your digital infrastructure. And there's a few sayings I want to share with you before I let you go. Well, I like to use these sayings all the time in my consultation. The first one is, what's the best way to eat an elephant? Is it one whole bite or one bite at a time? Because an elephant's a big creature, right? And a lot of people go at things and they try to just work super hard and they exhaust themselves and they can't sustain, right? So it's about one bite at a time, one step at a time. You probably heard that saying, 1,000-mile journey begins with one step, and then another step, and then another step, and then another step. And then there's another saying, ready, fire, aim. So ready, fire, and then aim. So you can, throw things out there and then adjust them later. And so I hope this has been helpful for you and encouraging for you to be able to develop good habits and to become more consistent and to start practicing and to be encouraged practicing things better in terms of a simplistic approach. And that's certainly something that you can do with my do-it-yourself SEO package. Check it out below this video. There should be a link below this video. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.